first announced around July last year. At number 1 we've got over here something called the Finals. Sitting on Steam through a free demo, all you really have to do is just click request access down on the Steam page. Guys, Finals, for those of you who missed it, is a team-based co-op first-person shooter. It's a totally free-to-play game and being made by the same developers who are currently working on Arc Raiders. Anyway, the game is available on PCs only and coming to probably both generations of consoles as well by the end of the year.
You can give a man a gun.
I've mentioned this one at its review a few months ago, and just in case you missed it, Antimatter, developers of the old first-person shooter series, came up with the reveal of their newest in its series. I don't know how many times I've mentioned this one, I.G.I. Origins. They said the game is now releasing across all gaming platforms in about a few months from now, and in case you're wondering, this is actually a prequel to the 2000 original I.G.I. game, where they're reimagining the series with a modern take on the shooter genre and using Unreal Engine 5.
Knives are razor sharp. Sometimes you need to help discriminate friend from foe.
Well, work to be done, eh? We still have a mission to complete.
Coming from half a year since its reveal, we've got at number 3 something called Trepang 2. First time I'm actually including this in one of the lists, as we've just got a new trailer and reconfirmation that the game's releasing later this year. There's a free demo for the game on Steam as well, in case you're hyped about. Trepang, whatever that means, is a slow-mo, kind of Max Payne / Fear-inspired action shooter. Moving on.
There is no way to hide. Kings. Barons.
Arc Raiders, on the other hand, one of the most mind-blowing first/third-person shooters that's been in the making by EA Original since the beginning of 2021, went on and got itself a new trailer last month and accompanied a reconfirmation that the game releases mid to late this year. Guys, this is in case you need a memory jog, a totally free-to-play competitive online shooter being developed for PCs and the next generation of consoles only using Unreal Engine 5.
We will face our fears head on.
The giant just left orbit, coming in damn hot.
Showtime.
Two police coming in hot.
Oh, it's on. Now let's go.
Watch it. Scout ahead.
Right there. Shit! Too many of them. Fall back now. Look out!
Confirmed impact. Baron is on the ground.
You owe me one.
Perfect.
Let's do this.
Come on, it's a Baron!
New contact. Breaking orbit. Southern Rust Belt.
They will never stop coming.
Oxen screen. Calling for volunteers. resist.
At number 5, we've got the old Atomic Heart, that's now releasing February 21st this year. The game is now coming to both generation of consoles, Stadia and PCs. It is, for those of you unfamiliar, a science fiction first-person shooter and some alternative version of the 50s Soviet Union war, in which humanoid or bots and other advanced technologies were developed during World War, and the Soviets just been using it to win the war. That's it. Here's some in-game footage in case you missed it. Coming up behind that, it is Pot of Chernobyl. See guys, technically speaking, S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 has been one of the oldest reveals in the gaming industry, and at the moment, the #1 most anticipated survival shooter in the making. That said, we've heard that the game is either releasing in the second half of this year, or at its worst possible case, by the end of the year. With that said, we just know, upon release, this will be one of the most important titles in the gaming industry.
Don't want the innocent to suffer? Then help me find the culprit.
And who the fuck are you?
And what do My men are still lying out there, and I can't even bury them.
Died in an anomaly, shot by loners, found with a stone around his neck, thrown off a cliff, torn apart by dogs. You cannot kill God Just like you cannot get rid of the sky up above. I am blind, but it is you who cannot see.
Number 7, we've got over here the much-awaited Saber Interactive's Space Marine 2, which is the latest Warhammer AAA game in the making, and the surprise reveal of its first gameplay trailer in case you missed it. Space Marine, for those of you new, is a third-person hack-and-slash shooter. It's quite a bit inspired by Dynasty Warriors Muso-style gameplay, in addition to the company's recently released Evil Dead. That's it, game is releasing for the next generation of consoles later this year. Witchfire, on the other hand, which is technically one of the most awaited games, well, in case you're new to, a dark fantasy themed first-person shooter, which is from the same folks who previously worked on games like Painkiller and Bulletstorm. Now, Witchfire, which has been, by the way, in development for 5 years straight now, is set to be released summer 2023, and according to developers, as soon as it is just possible. Game's gonna be coming to PCs only. An indie developer revealed roughly 2 months ago. We've got at number 9 Parish, described as a stylish 1 to 4 player first-person shooter in which you play the role of a priest, so not only will you shoot but stick stuff too. This game's quite a bit inspired by Doom and Painkiller, just like the previous game, and it's a tad even soulsy. There's a free demo for this one on Steam and it's set to be coming out fully February 2nd. Formerly announced to be coming out March this year, and now delayed to November 10. We've got at number 10 once again the day before. The day before, the critically acclaimed open world survival multiplayer shooter, for technical reasons and a few engine adjustments, we're technically using Unreal Engine 5 now, is now postponed to later this year. Apparently, they're gonna be having a more focused single-player campaign for the game as well, and in case you missed it, we got a new trailer for it too. Next up, from the Game Awards last year, first revealed back then as one of the most innovative first-person shooters that literally incorporated crafting, base building, strategy and survival, even open-world game mechanics, and co-op play. We've got over here once again, for those of you who missed it, Nightingale. Nightingale doesn't have a release date yet, but it's set to be coming to PCs only in its early access somewhere between April to July this year, so keep it in mind.
Lost and alone in the dangerous labyrinth of fantastical worlds. Welcome to the lands of Fae.
Every portal is a chance for salvation. Nightingale, our beacon of hope. But beyond our reach. As long as we stand together, our journey will unite us.
You, the Realm Walkers, are all that is left.
A quick mention over here in case you missed it, I.O Interactive, that's the same creators behind all Hitman games, has been developing a James Bond game currently being referred to as simply Project 007. This game is said to be a stealth third-person shooter, and quite a bit like Hitman games, albeit you play as Bond, James Bond. That's it, game's only rumored to be revealed later this year.
Your personnel data indicates you are a suitable specimen to join an ongoing experiment. Under my supervision, I.G.I conducts its most important research.
Moving on to number 13, we have Exoprimal. This is in case you're new to a dinosaur survival co-op multiplayer shooter by Capcom itself, in which your main goal is to complete missions, albeit with dinosaurs just all around the place, and 5 versus 5 matches. The game's premise is set in some future version of Earth in about 20 years from now, where the planet has just went through a dinosaur crisis after some experiments. This game's said to be released early to mid this year for PCs and all consoles as well.
To mass delusion. Fascinating. Humans dread the other. You seek to evolve, yet you do not want to change. You tear down curtains, yet fear revelations. Even when what is revealed is of your own creation. Combat data is required to develop the exosuit. At I.G.I, we're always reaching for better. Always. Humanity resists quantification, an interesting variable. Within your behavior lies the answer. What is variable shall become fixed. Humans, fight and die for me. Carnage module online. I call your attention to the unstoppable raptor horde. Calculating chance of employee retention. Chance calculated at 8.7%. You must fight harder than ever if you wish to survive. A more grueling combat experiment is called for. You will now witness a small fragment of the war game.
You need to keep fighting until we can figure out how to destroy the varmint.
If we're talking stealth shooters, however, Splinter Cell has always been amongst the biggest in history. In fact, Splinter Cell was even a tad more advanced in AI compared to any of its competitors, even the Metal Gears. There is actually a Splinter Cell remake in the works by Ubisoft itself. Of course, no reveal trailer, no cinematic, only the update from a month ago that the game is on its track and it'll be delivered either late 2023 or early 2024.
has already claimed the lives of 21 police officers.
At number 15 from roughly 2 years ago, we've got over here by the famous mobile game developers mainly, Nacon, in partnership with Teon, which is the same developers of the Terminator Resistance. Just in case you missed it here, RoboCop Rogue City. I actually had no idea about this one myself, but apparently since mid last year it was being reworked with the use of Unreal Engine 5. Here, Rogue City is a linear-based, story-driven single-player first-person shooter.
This was just an isolated glitch.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Now, I can't really remember the last time, but I believe it's about a half a year now since we mentioned this one last. Just a quick reminder over here, Crytek is legitimately developing Crysis 4 since last year, and the new game is set to be coming to the next generation of consoles only, maybe even a Microsoft exclusive. That's it, we are still waiting for a release date, or a window, and even some in-game footage. Moving on. At number 17, we've got over here once again Warhammer 40k Boltgun. This was announced about a month ago as a retro, Doom-esque, 90s inspired first-person shooter, and also coming from the same developers of Vermintide. Guys, Boltgun is on its way to PCs and consoles, Switch included, and due out in about a few months from now. Story-wise, then in case you're wondering, here you're playing as a space marine traveling across the galaxy to fight off these demons. Last but not least, as we go about our day over here, we have Payday 3, the sequel to one of the most varied and content shooters of all time. Payday 3 is only available for wishlist on Steam and said to be revealed with its first gameplay trailer in the coming months, so just keep it in mind for now.